Maharaj, stand here, look the size of the cup. Speak something with these smelly birds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Say a few words. Few words from our So we're on the Jagannath Rath Yatra tour coming back from Scandinavia. We're just filling up the engine with oil, and we're seeing this horrible sight, which is makes the heart feel very bad. And people are thinking, what can we do to stop this cruelty and this exploitation of the animals? So actually this cruelty and exploitation is happening because of this age, Kali Yuga. People are moving from the mode of goodness, almost non-existent, down to the mode of passion, down to the mode of ignorance. In the mode of ignorance, what do we care about being cruel to other things? What do we care? Nobody cares. Just care about our tongue, our greed, our lust, our anger. We're becoming like animals. And our spiritual master says that we'll have to suffer like this also. Human beings who do this to the creatures, poor creatures, they'll have to suffer a death like this. Maybe many lifetimes. All the chickens we've killed. So what's the solution? Solution is Krishna consciousness. Is this vibration of the Maha Mantra. Because the more this is spread around, the more people awaken to their natural spiritual consciousness, come out of the mode of ignorance to the mode of passion, to a mode of, we can jumpstart to the mode of goodness by taking prasadam, Krishna prasadam. This is Para. He's in Paris. He's feeding the 5,000. In Manchester, in other places we're feeding. Amsterdam, we're distributing free prasadam, food in the mode of goodness to thousands of people. And when they taste prasadam, they come to the mode of goodness. Then they realize, wow, how could I eat meat? How could I do so much cruelty to living beings? So this chanting of the holy names is the only solution. Therefore we have many centers all over the world now where we're distributing prasadam, we're chanting holy names, and we're having festivals like this. Here's our van. We've traveled all over Scandinavia. We've been to Malmo, we've been to Copenhagen, Gothenburg, Oslo, Stockholm, with big festivals, pulling a chariot. You can take a picture of the chariot, stick it in there. And this way people are taking prasadam, chanting the holy names, and they're becoming revolted by the ideas of these. Look how many chickens are going to be killed today. It's disgusting. Horrible. They're all living beings, all these creatures. They're our brothers and sisters actually. If you consider, what is it that makes me feel in this hand, in this nose? It's consciousness. So I am that consciousness. Consciousness is a symptom of my existence. So they're also feeling. When I pinch myself, if I pinch a chicken, it's also feeling. They also have their intelligence. In fact, there are many stories about chickens. They do have intelligence. Birds are very intelligent. They can understand. Especially, they have feelings for one another. So, I'll tell you one story about a bird that one lady had a parakeet, and she had a baby, but she had to go to work, so she had a babysitter. The baby was about 5 months old and she was gone to work. So the babysitter was there in her home, and the babysitter had to go to the toilet. She went to the bathroom. Then the baby had a fit, was going blue in the face. For some reason, the baby was strangling or something, and the babysitter was in the bathroom, and the parakeet flew. And then the parakeet flew to the bathroom and banged on the door with her wings and said, "Baby, baby, 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 come, come." And then she came running and she saved the baby. And there's another story about ducks. One time in America, this duck came across the motorway like this and stopped the traffic. The duck was stopping the traffic, so the traffic stopped. And there was a bridge. And they said, "What is this? What is it?" And the duck was pulling on the trousers of the man, pulling on the trousers. And they thought, "This is amazing. What's this duck doing?" So they went over and they looked down in the grill of the bridge, metal bridge, and they looked inside. The little baby ducklets were inside. So they both, those people were, you know, a bit kind. Human beings are sometimes kind. Many of them are kind. So they got the engineer and they opened up the grill, and then the mother duck took all the babies and they went off into the river. So animals, they have intelligence. All living beings have God-given intelligence. They're not just chemical reactions, they have feelings. So the fact that we're doing this to the chickens, it bodes very badly for human society. Prabhupada says, my Guru, spiritual master says, there must be war. There must be reaction for what we're doing. It's not necessary, we don't have to eat chickens. There's plenty of protein in so many other things, vegetarian things. We don't have to do this cruelty. We'll have to suffer for it. So the only solution for people out there is not just to picket, you know, the chicken factories and put, you know, super glue in the keyholes of butcher shops. It's not good. The solution is change of consciousness of human society. This can only be done by a spiritual process like the chanting of God's holy names. Any of God's holy names. Allah, Jehovah, Unkalungkulu, Mungu, so many names of God. We chant Krishna, Ram. Because these are especially powerful in this age. Any names of God will benefit any human being who hears them, any creature, trees, birds, fishes, so they come up the evolutionary cycle to the human form of life. So, Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Krishna Krishna! Hare Hare! Hare Rama! Rama Rama! Hare Hare! So in their next life, they may get human life because they've heard the holy names. It won't be very long before they have their next life. The living being is transmigrating through different species of life according to the consciousness. There's an evolutionary cycle. So by hearing the holy names, by the sound vibration, they can get promoted to human life. Okay? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Begin. Action.
So we're going on back now to England. We've just seen this big truck of chickens going to the slaughterhouse. What do they call them? What are these chickens called? Broilers or something. Oh, the big, huge truck, big trailer with must be thousands and thousands of chickens. And the heart laments when we see such creatures going to the slaughterhouse. But then I remembered one verse from Bhagavad Gita. Asochas ambasochas tvam bhagyavadam shabasase gatasams agatasams cha nana sotanti pandita. Krishna tells Arjuna, while speaking learned words of lamentation, of sociology, of worrying about human society, you're lamenting, Arjuna, you're lamenting for something which is not worthy of grief. Because the wise people they lament neither for the living nor the dead. The wise people, they know that the soul is permanent. The soul can never die. These bodies are just like dresses. We're changing our dresses, so the soul also is permanent, but the body is changing like a dress. But this doesn't mean that we can be cruel to other creatures. It's not giving a license. Just like if you live in your house, and I come and take over your house, kick you out of your house, then you're guilty. You'll be put in prison if you do that. So if we take someone's body from them, this is cruelty, this is unfair. We have to suffer the law of karma for that. So this is the teachings of Prabhupada brought to the West, this message of Krishna consciousness, of Bhagavad Gita.
Stop.
So what's the difference between us and these chickens? These chickens are born, they grow up, they reproduce, they get old and they die. And what's the difference between us and human beings? We also born, we grow up, we reproduce, we grow old and die. So are we no better than chickens in these boxes going to the slaughterhouse? Don't we have any more awareness than the chicken? Is it? So why are we wasting our time with a civilization which is just like animals? Our chicken civilization. We're just living on little boxes of flats, multi-story buildings, and our motor cars, little boxes, and we're going to our death. Why are we so stupid? We're stupid like chickens. Actually, as human beings, we should be thinking, why was I born? What will happen to me after death? How can I avoid this? Is there some mechanism, is there some technology to escape from this slaughterhouse of birth and death? We're all in a slaughterhouse. We're all in a truck. We're going to the slaughterhouse. So what are we going to do about it? Why don't we think about these things if we're really human beings? If we're really human beings, why are we doing this to other creatures? If we're a little thoughtful, why don't we think, why are we doing this cruelty to other living beings? You can see, here seeing this big truck full of chickens, that we're trying to exploit the resources of material nature. But actually, we're under the grip of stringent laws. We're trying to exploit others. But we're not free ourselves. We're so stupid. We don't see that. It's just like when a servant tries to imitate his master, that's called illusion. And in this illusion, we're trying to exploit the resources of material nature, but we're just becoming more and more entangled in her complexities. We're having wars, we're having shortages, ecological problems, pollution, more and more diseases. We can't see the connection. We're trying to exploit, but nature is exploiting us, it's destroying us, you see. So, although we're engaged in a hard struggle to conquer material nature, all the time we're dependent on her. We have to breathe, we have to see, we need light, we have to smell. We're dependent on nature, and yet we're fighting just like a baby. Sometimes a baby fights with a mother. The baby's helpless, but it's always dependent on the mother. So this exploiting nature can be stopped if we revive, if we purify our consciousness and come to our original, normal, sensible, healthy state of consciousness, that we're dependent on nature, we're dependent on a supreme energy or energetic being, actually. We're dependent, we're not controllers. We have to destroy this idea that we're the controllers. Only in a little way are we the controllers we can exploit, but we're not free. So we have to change our consciousness. This is the only solution. And the best way is this chanting of this sound vibration. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Otherwise, what's the difference between us and these chickens? We're in the same position. These chickens are also trying to exploit. They're pecking at one another. They're thinking they're the enjoyers. And we're also thinking we're the enjoyers. So what's the difference between us and these chickens? You see? So we're just cannibals. We're just eating people in the same condition as we are. So we should get out of this. And if we're going to be called human beings, we should get out of this. We should come to our senses. Give up this childish civilization of pretending that we're the controllers. We're not the controllers. Therefore, we should try this chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. See what it does to our consciousness. It can help society, it can help the planet, it can help our civilization. Thank you very much.